Everyone who competes in CSC will be given a rating using our in-house MMR system. To keep things fair, we break the league into skill groups called tiers, so you never play against or with anyone who is significantly higher or lower skill. Today, we'll be explaining the basics of the MMR system and tier placement. So, how is your MMR measured? Placement in CSC is determined by a combination of internal and external data. We require that every incoming player has a minimum number of elo-affecting games on Faceit, a third-party matchmaking system. We also require that every player play a certain number of Combine games, which are informal yet competitive 5v5 games designed to emulate the CSC experience. You can learn more about Combines in the article and video about them. The requirements for Faceit and Combine games will be announced by the admins at the beginning of each season. All of this data is then crunched by the Numbers Committee. They use a private formula to calculate MMR. Because of this, MMR is not public until just before players are drafted onto teams. If you're curious about numbers, what goes into it, and when things change, there's more information in the public documentation for numbers. You can find that on the CSC Discord or in the article accompanying this video. MMR doesn't only determine what tier of play you'll be in. It also determines which combinations of players can play on a team together. To make sure that teams within a tier are appropriately balanced, each tier has an MMR cap. The MMR cap is a hard limit on the total MMR that a team's players can have, which prevents any one team from taking all of the top players in a tier. You can find the MMR cap for each tier on the contracts page of the CSC website. So how do you find your own MMR or tier? Well, during the season, you can find your MMR, and therefore your tier, on the CSC website's contracts page. However, during Combines, before the numbers are finalized, you'll need to instead check the rolling tier list to see your tier placement for where you'll play during Combines. The rolling tier list will be shared by admins each time they announce Combines. If you have any numbers-related questions, you can always open a numbers ticket in the Roles and Tickets chat in the CSC Discord server. If you believe you or someone else's MMR or tier is incorrect during Combines, you can submit a numbers report for manual review by typing $numbers report in the bot input channel of the Discord. Then, fill out the corresponding form. To give players time to submit numbers reports, there's a period near the end of Combines, before MMR numbers are locked, where they will be released to the public. Please note that MMR is not an evaluation of your absolute skill as a player, but rather of your skill relative to the rest of the CSC player base. If you have any more questions about CSC, feel free to ask them in the help channel of our Discord server, and check out more of the articles and videos explaining how CSC works on our website or here on our YouTube.